Welcome to the Dance Entrepreneurs Podcast, life coaching for dance studio owners. I'm your host, Ginger Haithcox, and each week we're diving into real-life strategies and insights to inspire and help you succeed. We bring you practical tools on money, mindset, and self-care to reduce the stress and increase the joy in running your business. If you're a dance studio owner looking to create a more peaceful life and a more profitable business, this is the podcast for you. Tune in, take a deep breath, and let's create the business and life you've always dreamed of. Hello. I'm so excited to talk to you about some changes you might have noticed around here. So first of all, I have updated the podcast name as well as the artwork. One of the things that I also did was re-record the intro. And I want to talk about how this really is a lesson for us in business as entrepreneurs. When we do our work, plan, evaluate what we're doing, taking stock of it all once a year and really deciding what is the best thing for us, what serves us well, what do we actually know based on data that we didn't know a year ago. And so for me, I found that while I originally just wanted to do a podcast so stinking bad, I felt that there was voices that were not being heard, conversations that were not being had, and people that were just out there looking for something different, right? And I felt like in our industry, so much of it was about how to get more students and marketing. Like so many goods and services, so many products are marketing or curriculum. And I always said, like, what about everything else? What is it that is a gap in our industry? And so when I started Dance Entrepreneurs Podcast, I was excited. I didn't know if anyone would listen. I know that's funny because you're listening now. And I remember saying to my coach, like, even if no one listens, I still want to do this because I have something to say. And gosh, I am so glad I've done it. This podcast has lasted over a year, and one of the things that our editor, Dustin, has said to me when we started was, most podcasts don't even make it past the first 5 or 6 episodes. And I think I took that as a personal challenge. Like, how could that be? You put in so much effort to start something and then you don't follow through. So that being said, one of the things that I learned over this year from direct feedback from my coaching clients was that that's what I do best. I coach, I encourage, I hold up a mirror to those who don't see it in themselves. I help them with education, certainly, so that they understand things that they didn't before. They overcome their fears, they try new things, and they take action in their business in a way that they just didn't before without that support, encouragement, and coaching that they once had. And so when I look at the results of people that I've worked with, these studio owners are telling me that they have more time with their beloved family, that they're taking vacations for the first time in 10 years, that they're rearranging their studio staff so that they have more time off. They're looking at their finances in a way that they hadn't before because they were just too afraid of the numbers. And so when I look at myself and my role here, I know that what truly is happening is life coaching. Now, life coaching can mean many things to many people, but I will tell you for me, it is that you help somebody through a season in their life. That's what life coaching is, right? And so for an entrepreneur, that is, how do we take care of the whole person? How do we take care of the business person, the person who has a family and loved ones, and a person who has a calling in their life, whatever it might be? How do we help that person through whatever season they're in? And we help them by looking at their thoughts and their feelings and processing that, taking action to the next step to help get them to where they want to be, to help them realize their true potential, right? And with life coaching, for me, when I did life coaching, as a recipient of coaching, I learned a lot about practical information as a business owner. I learned practical information about finance and business structure and all of those things. And so that's what I do. That's what I provide. And so the content of the podcast is going to shift in the coming months. And when I do that, you're going to see more information, more of a kind of leaning into thought work, understanding ourselves, standing in our purpose, following our calling, and going forward and not looking back and saying, gosh, a year ago, I was in the exact same place. Because to me, that is not what we want out of our lives. We never want to look back to 12 months ago and say, I did absolutely nothing with my life. I reached none of my goals. And so as that change has happened, you'll see the words, the name, the phrase, life coaching for dance studio owners. And I proudly will proclaim that because I believe we are in one of the greatest industries in the world. We affect so many people, not only through direct service to our students, but also those in the audience in our community. We have an amazing opportunity to change lives, to influence people. And I think it's important that we take care of ourselves, that we invest in ourselves, and that we become the best version of ourselves so that we can truly live out our purpose. So I want to use this opportunity to not only tell you about what's happening behind the scenes here, but also to encourage you, take stock of what's going on in your life, figure out what it is that you need to get yourself to the next level. And if what it is that you need is coaching and you are ready for a transformation, I encourage you to apply to coaching with me as well. You can go to my website, gingerhaithcox.com/coaching. That's gingerhaithcox.com/coaching. You'll see all the information, all the details, the coaching options that I have available. And I encourage you to set up that first call. Let's talk and see if we can make a difference and a change for you and your business too. Take care. Hey there, this is Ginger. Thanks for listening to this week's episode. If you loved it, subscribe so you never miss an episode. And please share it with a friend and leave us a 5-star review so more people can discover the show. Resources can be found at gingerhaithcox.com, and you can find me on Instagram at HaithcoxBiz.